Hey Chad,
Hey, how are you doing?
pretty good. Just way for YouTube to catch up.
I
Sometimes I
got you.
notice there's a little delay, and then hopefully get some wait for people to show up. Man, thanks for doing this, man.
Oh, you're welcome.
This is the first time I've done anything like this. So I'm a little nervous.
Really? Don't be nervous.
Yeah, I've done like been on other people's live streams before, but I've never done like a watch along or anything like that with anybody else. So it's new waters for me.
I got you. Yeah, I did it for the first time Thursday night with a couple.
So let me. We just gotta. I know some other people were doing live streams, so we'll see who's gonna show up. So let me post the link for the movie.
Yeah, I've got it pulled up on my TV up here.
There's
It's
like
Mega Shark
four of
versus
these.
Giant Octopus.
There's four of these movies.
Oh, really?
There's a whole franchise. There's versus Colossus versus Mecha Shark, and I forget what the some crocodile one.
Mhm.
And they're working on a part 5, Mega Shark versus Moby Dick.
Oh, wow.
Which it's to be announced, but I'm thinking, okay, about time
Yeah.
we get a Megalodon versus Moby Dick.
Mhm.
So this is an Asylum one. So just seeing who shows up. Had someone pull a inadvertent prank on me with text messages. I was doing something, he caught me off guard, and ended up giving me a heart attack.
Oh, no.
Because you know how like you get so focused and then your phone notifications go off.
Hmm.
It caught me off guard, and I ended up screaming at the guy, and you're like, "You son of a bitch!" He's laughing the whole time, and I'm just like, "I don't want to die of a heart attack." So, but now I'd seen, I think, all of these movies before, but I never really realized they were connected.
Oh, okay.
Part of it
This
is
will be
like I
my
said,
first one.
yeah. Part of it is that Debbie Gibson's two different characters in two of them,
Hmm.
and then of course I go and confuse her with Tiffany. I mean, they're both '80s singers, so I mean, so let's. I mean, it's just a matter of. Well, we can start the movie now, Bob. We can just wait for people to show up, see if anyone shows up. So. Put that in the. Oh, put the wrong one. Posted the wrong one. Let me take care of that. Let's see. Oh, I had the movie. Oh, here it is. It's just every time I go to stream, everybody's like streaming at the same time. And this is probably going to be the last shark movie I watch for a while. I've seen so many of them that I've lost sanity. I mean, there's nothing against them, but when you start to realize you've seen like one after another, after another, after another, you start to lose those brain cells.
Yeah.
Hey, horror. Oh, I mean, shark movies all good, but horror. But if you, I mean, there's been how many in the last 5 years or 10 years? You've had Sharknado, Ouija Shark, Ghost Shark, House Shark, Trailer
Wasn't there
Park Shark.
Amityville?
Yeah, Amityville Shark. And the sharks in space and 3-headed shark, 6-headed shark. I mean, they really, really milked them.
Yeah, they've gone all out with these shark movies, huh?
But we have, because they were doing some of these before Sharknado. But then Sharknado just really, it set it off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like the Mega Shark series started before Sharknado. You know, because I think this was 2000 and what was it again? 2009, and Sharknado was until like a few years later. So they just were like, oh, they made a ton of money. There was one Mecha Shark or something that had one of the cheesiest endings ever. This shark turns into a cyborg. The shark dies. A chihuahua eats a part of the shark. And it ends with a close-up of the shark and the eyes turning red like a robot's.
Huh.
It's like, oh, no, don't give us Robo Chihuahua. I mean, Chihuahuas are just... Chihuahuas are evil as is. Anybody who's had to be around them can tell you that.
Oh, yeah. I remember when I was a little kid.
They're just evil, nasty things. Well, I guess we got a couple people. We can go ahead and start it if we want. You guys got to see the link for the movie? Also, you guys got the link up. When you guys are all ready, we can do a countdown and start. Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus with Lorenzo Lamas. And I learned today. You ever seen a movie called Alligator?
No.
It's a 1980 movie about a giant alligator with Robert Foster. Bryan Cranston got an early job on it as an assistant, a production assistant.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, oh, he did an interview where he talked about his thing was they had to do when they blow up the alligator, when they put the explosives, he had to make the fake blood. And that was his job. He goes, apparently he was doing something to say, hey, we need someone to do the fake blood. Anyone want to do it? And he goes, me. And he goes, okay. He talks about meeting Robert Foster around the same time, and just talking to him was like he's a regular guy.
Mm-hmm.
Years later, they were on Breaking Bad, and he's trying to tell Robert Foster about when they met, and he goes, "You don't remember, do you?" No. But it's like he was just really one of the most you were thinking big movie star how they would act, but this guy was just so just about as regular as you can get.
Yeah.
So I mean, okay, let's see. We can go ahead and start, and we'll give them the time. So you ready for a countdown?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit play. Starting with the mountains or wherever they are. It's got to be scary to fly to shoot those mountains because those winds can get pretty strong. Ooh. 2009 CGI. I mean, those are nice shots of the underwater ones, but man, have you seen those documentaries where they go and they look at the sunk ships?
Yes.
That's scary.
Yeah, it scares me too. Like, I hate that picture they show of the Titanic all the time. It just, oh God, freaks me out.
And that's gotten even worse. The saying because it's all the elements in the water and stuff. It just rotting it away even more.
Mm-hmm.
So. Anyone join us? We just started the movie. We're at about the 2-minute mark. Nice shot there. I think I was in I got to be in a military. My dad was in the Navy, and they on an aircraft carrier. They let us go into a helicopter. It's one of those search and rescue ones. And they let me sit right where they have all the radars and all the stuff. And I was blown away. That's all the instruments and the buttons. I was like, oh, that is got to be a nightmare to know what each and every one does.
Yeah.
I actually went back and listened to some of her music, like "Shake Your Love," and I don't know if it was a bad audio recording or what, but I don't recall her being that bad of a singer. But it was the 1980s.
Yeah. Did you say Lorenzo Lamas was in this movie?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Because they had in the other movies they had the guy that played Steve Urkel in one of the later movies. The guy that voices Kratos in God of the War was in another one. So they got some, I don't know if you call them B actors or not, but they got a few in there. Sills. And this has to be better than the last shark movie I saw, Jurassic Shark.
Oh, how was that?
The shark can fly. I guess that's how it is. It's a low budget, not the written film. They hide the shark for a lot of times, and when you do see it, you realize it's a good idea. It's bad CGI. And it's about a megalodon in a lake, which it has to be a pretty, given like megalodon's supposed to be pretty big, so you figure it has to be a pretty big lake. But I think they've done the same thing in other movies where they're testing sonar or something that frees some creature.
Have you ever seen what's the name of that movie? Python with Robert Englund?
Because it's more than one of those, I think.
Yeah, there's Python, and then there's Python versus somebody or something or another.
Yeah, because one of them, like the hero of it becomes a villain in the sequel.
Oh, okay. I had original Python when I was younger. I don't remember really much about it, but I remember owning it.
Hey, Ben. No, I think I've seen Python, but the one of them about a giant snake. I think it might have been that one where they had one of the guys who's a hero ends up as a villain in the second one. He does a complete 180 from being, oh, that's a cool guy, to now being like, well, geez, he became an asshole. So you don't really get sympathetic. He doesn't get sympathetic when he dies. So you're like, well, he should have became a jerk.
Yeah, he deserved that.
Was that the one where they have? Because one of them they end up opening a bicycle bar type deal at the end.
I really don't remember. I just remember I'm pretty positive Robert Englund had a little cameo in it.
Yeah, I want to say because I do remember him being in one. He was like a scientist or something. He was somehow linked to it.
Yeah.
Let's see. I can always spell his last name wrong because I forget it's England, but it's not spelled like England.
Oh
It's got
yeah.
a U. It's got that U that throws me off. And he's got a birthday coming up,
Oh really? Already?
June 6th, 1947. He's turning 75 this year.
Mm.
Yeah, it is that one. They did they had 3 sequels. Python and a new Alcatraz and then a crossover. Python versus Boa.
Okay.
I think it's pretty cool. He's going to be 75. Didn't realize he was
Yeah.
that old. The fact that he was doing V the same year he did Nightmare on Elm Street.
He was doing what?
And those, because remember he did V, did that show V before he did Nightmare on Elm Street. And he was doing either the TV show, because they did like the V back in the 80s about those aliens. They did a remake of it a few years ago. But he played a friendly alien in V, and then he played the opposite in Nightmare on Elm Street with Freddy Krueger.
Mm-hmm.
You have like him super friendly, you know, oh I'm a vegetarian, I don't eat people, lizard guy. I'm nice to being I'm the guy who's going to kill you in your nightmares. The same year. I find that fascinating. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. After Renegade ended, Lorenzo did a lot of these movies kind of like this, whereas he would pop up playing some kind of almost like villain type character. There's people that have theorized that deep down in the water there are megalodons. I guess I've heard some people pass the theory around. I think like the Marina Trench or whatever they call it. She did do a movie with Tiffany where they played rivals. Two 80s singers. I think Tiffany's still singing. I don't know if Debbie Gibson is.
Yeah, I don't know about either one of them. I mean, I know who you're talking about, but
I vaguely remember them from the 80s because they were a big deal. I used to call it like that mall and pop music or whatever. They used to play in malls.
yes, I know what you're talking about.
I think most people I've met who drink don't do the paper bag thing.
What now?
They disguise it like most people who I know who drink out in the open like that. They don't do the paper bag thing.
Oh yeah.
They put it like a Gatorade bottle or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I guess the paper bag thing is a trope that people like. I've seen him before and stuff. He plays like a back character or something. Oof. That is a very big tooth. I know in one of these giant shark movies, they had it jump into the air and get a airplane that was in the sky one time. I can't remember what movie that was. And that's when I knew they had gone a little bit way too ridiculous when they can jump that high into the sky and take out an airplane.
Didn't you plan to watch another movie next week?
Yeah, but I haven't decided yet. I was gonna do another shark one, but I'm like, I've done. Now this is like the fourth time I've done a shark related thing on my channel, so I'm thinking I need to do something not shark. Because when I did my review of Jurassic Shark, I go, I don't want to be the shark guy who just does shark movies. I mean, nothing against them, but I don't want to, I think you get really kind of sick after a while if you have to hear about sharks.
Yeah.
I want to get away from them. I noticed some people have talked about Last Train to Busan. Have you seen that yet?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it is. It's also on Tubi. It is really, really well written. It's I want to say South Korea, and it's a really well written zombie movie that gets you like invested in the characters, gives you enough time to get invested in the characters. So when something happens, you either rage or you just feel like you're gonna cry. One guy, that Joe Bob, that guy who did that Monster Vision on TNT, called it a perfect horror movie. It's not. It's good. They announced they're gonna do a U.S. remake called Last Train to New York, which I want to see how they do. There's been a few movies that have like Quarantine's a remake, a badly done remake. Oh, sorry, a lazy remake of a Spanish movie. They literally scene by scene did the same thing. The only difference is, other than it's in English, is there was this whole religious stuff in it. They took that out and all. But that, to me, that's probably so far the worst of the U.S. remakes of a foreign movie, because they just didn't even try to do it. But I want to see Last Train to New York to see how they do it, because that movie got Train to Busan got a lot of love, and if they do it injustice, there's gonna be a lot of upset people.
Have you checked out my series?
I got to, but I literally have like stacks of movies I gotta watch. But I gotta go. I got it on that Keylight TV. I gotta check that out on there.
Yeah. Check out. We've got 4 episodes out so far. They're around 10 minutes.
I watched that last one, and it was like, and that I saw, and then I think it was the first one. He's got like what is it, murderer? He hears like voices in his head or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he also okay. Definitely, I want to check it out. It looks interesting. I mean, I really haven't got into a lot of the newer like stuff that's been done out there because I haven't been happy. But I'm trying, so I'll definitely check it out.
All right, cool. Yeah, we call it the Malcolm series, but there's Changing Malcolm, Chasing Malcolm, Catching Malcolm, and then Confessing Malcolm.
Yeah,
But you'll like it. It's a schizophrenic serial killer.
Oh. Because I saw that he talked about that one episode he was talking about, I think that first one, because someone had it up on load or whatever, and he's talking about the meds and the voice goes away, whatever. So
yeah, that's the very first episode.
And then the last one where they have him in custody, his fellow Toyo telling him not to talk when that guy comes in. So I need to definitely watch it so I can kind of see what happened between the first episode and the last one, so I can bridge it.
Yeah,
so yeah,
it's really good. We've got 3 more to make.
So it's gonna be. So are you gonna do it like it's seasons or something with it?
No, what we're doing is we're making 7 of them, and then we're gonna lead into a feature film.
Okay, that definitely would be something to keep an eye out for.
But if you go on Alex Javo, Alex, and then Javo, if you go to his YouTube, it's got them all on there. I don't have them on. I have a couple of them, but I just have them all on his.
Can you send me the link for him later and all?
I don't know how to do it on here, but I'll send it to your messenger.
Oh, I would appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I don't know how to do anything on here.
I know enough to get by. I always tell the story because I've had to deal with people who, like my dad, when because my dad died 11 years ago, and he didn't know anything about computers, so he had me put on a poker game, and he would get mad and yell at me, "Take it off, take it off." Okay, I take it off. A few days later, he's mad again. "Where's my goddamn game? You told me to take it off." And this was a cycle, so after a while, I would hide the shortcut and then put it back because I knew, like, otherwise I'm getting yelled at for doing what I was told.
Yeah.
I got an uncle now. I got another uncle now. He's always like, "I'm always getting viruses." Stop clicking on things you shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm getting hit with an ad. I know I've come across some people like, "Oh, you should know how to use computers. You should know." I'm like, no, you shouldn't have to know how to use a computer or the internet. You just need to know enough to get by.
I know enough to get by for the most part.
That's the best way. Of course, my problem is because I know enough to get by. Now I got people bugging me about cell phones. And I don't know enough about cell phones to get by.
I don't know a whole lot. I've had this same LG phone. I had a Motorola phone before then, but it's a straight talk phone. And I have slammed it in my car door. It fell out of my pocket the exact moment I was closing my door. And it's got a cracked screen for the most part, but it still works. So
I'm trying
to run it in the ground.
Have you seen those screen protectors you can get for them?
Mm-hmm.
I had dropped mine and I thought I had shattered the screen because it's spider webbed big time, and it was the cover, the screen protector. So now I live by those screen protectors because I was freaking out looking at my shattered screen like, "Oh shit, that's gonna be expensive to replace." Oh, wait a minute, let me just peel it off.
That's
you get
really cool.
The thick enough ones. The thick enough ones will protect it.
Okay. So I'll look into that for my next phone, but I'm going to run this one in the ground first.
And plus, I got like my old one. I had to replace mine because it turns out they only have so much space, and they keep hitting you with updates, and that's where the problem start to really kind of software-wise act up, where things stop working and people are messaging you. They go, we can't get. You're like, well, they're going. We're supposed to sending you messages. I'm going, I'm not getting them. So then you guys spend more money than anyone. So I got left with no choice but to upgrade mine.
What do you have?
An LG, I think that's what I got.
Yeah,
I got one called. It's called a it was a Z or whatever. I forget the name of it. It's like some kind of like little brand for kids, but it just really is like it's one of those ones for people who are just getting cell phones, not for people who are going to be doing multiple things with them. Is it me, or is there a lot of like browns and stuff in some of these shots? Scenes.
a lot of what?
I keep looking at some of these scenes, and it seems like there's a lot of like browns and tan colors in some of them.
I'm kind of looking up at my TV at an angle, so it looks kind of different than it would do if I stood up.
But like a lot of like the backgrounds, they got like the dark wood paneling, color stain, or tan
Okay.
curtains and stuff, which to me kind of makes it look kind of funky. Giant squid, giant octopus. One makes calamari, and the other one doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're in California. It's weird watching some of these movies that were made like within the last 10, 15 years or so, and they're talking about the environment, and then you look at what's going on today with the environment. Like, you ever seen a movie called Geostorm?
No.
It was it had the guy that was in 300 or whatever, who played the Leonidas or whatever, and in it they
Gerard
talk
Butler?
about
I don't really know.
They talk about natural disasters, floods and storms and all this stuff, and earthquakes hitting the world, and then they had to make a machine to save us. And I'm watching this beginning of this movie, and I'm just like, oh wow, somebody was seeing the future. You know, my dad was in the Navy. I never got to be on the bridge, but I got a feeling they're not that claustrophobic. Because that is very claustrophobic looking. Plus, ship hats have your ship name on it, if I remember right.
What'd you say?
If I remember right, the ship, the hats they would have in the Navy wouldn't say U.S. Navy. They would say whatever ship you were on.
Yeah.
Because I remember my dad. Hey, Al. I remember my dad when he was on the Coral Sea. It said CV43 US Core C, and then the Monoglyhia was AO178 Monoglyhia, which they called the Mono for short, which I found funny for the wrong reasons. How you doing, Al? I'm doing good, Al. How about you, man? What was it on a episode of I guess on Renegade? Lorenzo Lama did something not so bright. He had his ex-wife and his then current wife starring on the show, and there was a reason why they got rid of his ex-wife, because I guess there was issues between her and his then current wife. I mean, you just had to figure something was going to happen. Al, they haven't met yet. Well, Al, it's an asylum movie, so it's gonna be kind of funny. And the fact that there's 4 of these movies.
I'll have to watch the other one sometime.
They have all 4 of them on Tubi.
Okay. Yeah, when I typed it into Tubi, I typed in Mega Shark, but I didn't look at I was looking for the one with the octopus. So I didn't pay
Yeah,
attention to
there's.
the rest of them.
I think he fights some kind of robot, ancient robot, a giant crocodile, and a submarine/robot shark.
Huh.
But I really want to see Mega Shark versus Moby Dick, because Moby Dick versus a Megalodon kind of sounds interesting.
Yeah.
It's always how it is. Somebody wants to catch it, somebody wants to kill it. And I still after this have to watch Firestarter, even though I heard it's bad.
Oh yeah, the other day I was doing a watch along with a guy named Vince and his wife, and we watched the Black Gestapo or Black Enforcers. You ever heard of it from the 70s?
Might have. Was that one of those? It does sound so familiar. I've heard about it. At least heard the name somewhere. So,
But
no, my mom, she wouldn't watch. Go on.
But they watched that Firestarter after. I wasn't able to stay on that long because I had to work that next day. But they watched it. I know. I haven't asked them how it was yet, but I've heard mixed reviews on it.
Yeah, my mom's a Stephen King fan, and I would say hi to her. And she goes, instead of getting hi, I get Firestarter's terrible. It sucks. They have on Peacock. I think they have the original Firestarter, the remake, and Rekindle, which is the TV one. So, and I don't remember the TV one.
Me either. I've seen the original one a long time ago.
I know they were for a period of time into doing TV remakes of some of his work that had already been done. Trucks was there was Trucks because they did Maximum Overdrive, then they did Trucks. Was it Carrie? Which has it's Carrie. The TV remake has a happy ending. She lives.
Huh.
Because I guess I was reading somewhere like it ends and someone drives her away to safety.
Oh wow. Have you ever seen Carrie 2? That movie, The Rage?
Yeah, I actually need Carrie 2 and the TV one because I have the original Carrie and I have the remake. So I need those so that I can complete the set. Because I have It, the TV miniseries, and then It Chapter 1 and It Chapter 2.
Okay.
So
how are the new ones?
I have only seen the second one, which I haven't seen the first one yet, even though I have it. But my thing was to me Tim Curry, such an awesome guy, actor, and so
yeah,
sad to see how he is nowadays.
Oh,
I remember he was sitting there. They reunited him with one of the cast members from the miniseries, and he goes, "I was so afraid of you, Tim." And he's sitting there in his wheelchair, and he goes, "Good." But he still does a little acting every now and then. You can see him.
Oh, really?
When they did the TV Rocky Horror Picture Show, he appears in it as the narrator.
Oh, okay.
And he sings at the end. He sings in the end. If you can find I've found the video before on YouTube, but he sings the song "Don't Dream It, Just Be It." And he's got like this assistant who in it. She was the alien girl from the original, the maid girl, whatever, from the original. And it was really cool to see the two of them together. I know I had some people telling me that this movie is awful. Like, it's awful. I'm going, no, it's got its own not awful, it's got its own charm to it.
Yeah, I don't think it's awful.
I think because people probably were like looking at it for another thing, you know. Like when I watched Trailer Park Shark, Milo Jojovich's niece is in it.
Really?
But they wouldn't give her top billing because Tara Reid has a cameo in it. So her name's on the cover. She's on the cover. She's who they want to talk about. All because of Sharknado.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just like in it for like 2 short scenes, but that's who they pushed. But then Mila Jones' niece, she's about 24, 25. I think she's better looking than her aunt. But
I like Lavalantula.
oh, you know there's a sequel to that?
No, I did not.
It's on Tubi. It's two Lafayette, two Tarantula, whatever. And he actually appears because it takes place in the same universe as Sharknado.
Mm-hmm.
And all. And so like this like Finn from Sharknado crosses over. He crosses over. Steve Gutenberg's character crosses over in one of the latest Sharknado movies.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you, if Steve Gutenberg was in it.
Yeah. Because I remember right in some movie, I think it might be that, where there's a Stephen King reference in it. A red car, 1950s car, pulls up, and he gets out of it, and he's like, "Oh, the car drives itself."
Huh.
And it's the same make and all that stuff as Christine.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's all really right, cool. I get that one. But I've been meaning to watch that because I got on Tubi because I've been wanting to see it.
Yeah, I love Lavalantula. That was just so fun as a movie to watch.
Yeah, and the fact that it brought back a lot of the old Police Academy cast members.
Oh yeah.
That just you know, what was it like? It was Steve Gutenberg, Michael Wilson, Winslow, whatever his name is, and like 2 others I think from the Police Academy movies were in that.
Yeah, I don't remember who they were. I've only seen it once, and then some of it twice, some of it a second time. But I just remember when I saw it, I really enjoyed it. It was on Sci-Fi, I believe.
Yeah, they made a sequel, and so it's on Tubi, and I got to watch it because it's just I've been wanting to see it for a while.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that too.
And Michael Wilson, the sound effects guy from Police Academy, who was in that, he was on like American's Got Talent or something too. And he still has it.
Yeah, I saw Sharknado when it first came out.
Sharknado was different. but it spawned like Clownado.
I've seen that.
There's some other ones that it did too, but I can't remember what other ones. It was like they were throwing different things in the tornado, but I'm trying to remember what other ones did they do? Because that's set more off than just shark movies.
I don't remember. I just remember Sharknado. But there was something on Tubi that I got into. I got into watching. It was about clowns, but it was something about maybe like a campy type clown thing, and there were like 10 of them, and I can't for the life of me remember what they're called. But they had a bunch of them on there.
They do have a lot of clown movies on there. I don't really understand why people find clowns scary. Oh, it looks like they might have some of the Killjoy movies on Tubi. I've been wanting to see those for a while. I remember a few years back when we had all those clown pranks going on.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite video was the clown who tried to scare some guy, and he pulls out a gun and just hits the clown with it.
Oh, gosh.
There's a few out there where they show you clown pranks having, mishaps. Showing that some people you can prank, some people no.
Yeah, you can't play with them like that. I think I found out what it's called.
What?
It's called Camp Blood.
Oh, Camp Blood. It's like a clown camp.
I watched one night, and I don't remember. I don't have the best of memories, but
I do remember there was one about a clown camp.
There were these people pulled up, and this clown was kind of like stalking one of them. I remember that much, but I think it was called Camp Blood 8 or something. Or there's one called Camp Blood 4. Yeah, that's the one I saw. Camp Blood 4. A detour to infamous Camp Blood turns the night of terror for a group of college friends, courtesy of a killer in a clown mask.
I think I have heard of that.
Yeah, Camp Blood. It's interesting. I didn't find it or anything, but they do have a bunch of them. Yeah, the first one came out in 2000.
I think I see it on Wikipedia, and it says there's Camp Blood 2, Camp Blood Within the Woods. Oh, wow. 8 of them?
Wow. Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
I remember one about a clown camp where they were supposed to go there to teach people to be clowns, and somebody starts killing them off.
That sounds familiar.
Really?
I like clown movies.
Yeah, this one was really kind of it was bad, but kind of you would want to be bad in the good way, but the way the clowns looked more like they would either belong in a porn movie or an ICP concert. Nothing against clown porn or ICP, but that's how these clowns looked. I mean, my first encounter with a clown was at the old Ringling Bodeman Brothers circus back when I was a kid. And that was fun.
Yeah. I haven't really had any run-ins with clowns.
I was eating ice cream, and it was like, people were just showing up, and the clown was like walking around the crowd, and he stopped, and he started looking at me and was like teasing me and acting like he wanted my ice cream. And that was just something to me that was cool.
Yeah.
And I've loved clowns since.
Yeah, I like clowns. I like clown movies.
Have you seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
It's been quite a while since I've seen that.
They've been talking about wanting to do a sequel to that movie for years and years.
Oh, really?
The guys that did it, I think they were the brothers. And like I guess they had see if I can find, because they had an idea where it would be like some of the characters nowadays trying to warn people about, they're coming to get us, was like one of the ideas. And they're trying to warn people, and then the clowns show up, let them know this isn't fake, this is real.
That would be cool.
But it's I want to say it was the brothers that did that. The Chiodo brothers, Chiodo. They're the ones that did that. There's 3 of them. I thought it was only 2 brothers. There's 3 of them. But they've been wanting to do that for a long. Take it back. It looks like there's 4 of the brothers. 4 brothers.
What's that poster on your wall behind your? Not the coffee one, but the other one.
Return of the Living Dead.
Oh, cool.
It's one of my favorite movies. That's the first time I really listened to punk music, and that's why I ended up seeing Night of the Living Dead, because there was this girl, her dad knew my dad from the Navy, and she goes, if you love Return, you need to see Night, and you will love it. And she was right. That's a good movie. Have you ever heard the story of the Barbie doll appliance in that movie?
I haven't seen it.
Well, there's a striptease scene, and if you see it, you will notice the actress is missing part of her anatomy.
Oh, God.
The reason why is because when they went to film that scene, there was a studio executive there, and she's on a platform. She rips her pants off, and he sees her pubic hairs. He has a fit. So she's got to go shave. Comes back, starts to do it again. He has an even bigger fit, because now you can see everything. So they had to go and have an appliance made that would hide it, make it look like a Barbie doll down there. So it's like when you're watching it, because she's on a platform and some of the shots are at an angle. It's like something's not there that's supposed to be there.
I understand.
But the guy who who drew up the design for the zombies and some of the sets, he was the one that got told, go help us shave. And I'm thinking, he did not wake up that day thinking he was going to have to do that. But actually, it was originally John Russo, I think it was, who helped do Night. He had written a story for what would be Return of the Living Dead, and they ended up not really liking it. So they got Dan O'Bannon, who did like Alien and some other movies, to write and direct it. But the original like short story, I read the story was that what they do is post Not Even Dead, when someone dies, they have the funeral, and then when everyone leaves, they open up the casket and they hit the person in the head. They take out the brain to keep them from coming back. Because they know what's going to happen, but then there's a bus accident and they're not able to get there in time and do the job of taking out the brain. And so, I mean, it's completely different from what the movie became. I mean, I kind of like the idea is that you would have somebody who, you know, that's what they would do. Take out the brain before the person can come back.
You know, we're making a new on the 29th. We're making a new short called The Betrayal.
Oh, what's it going to be about? If you know, just curious.
I don't want to let too much go, but let's just say that I'll tell you this: a man puts a hit out on his wife. I know that's a little vague, but
Okay.
it's a surprise for everybody, pretty much.
Did you posted something about that, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's called the what was it called again?
The Betrayal. The
Yeah.
Betrayal.
We had a case here. I guess I don't know how many years ago this was, because at Washington State there's a whirlpool where you can go over this bridge and you look down. This man faked his death, trying to get it to collect the insurance and stuff and get away, because he figured no one's going to find his body. They went to the airport. There was the quote-unquote dead man trying to get on a plane to leave. Collected that money, and they were just like, we knew something was up.
I saw a commercial a couple weeks ago, and it was about life insurance, and it had a disclaimer in there that said it was something like the man was going to kill himself, something or another, and they said if you do that, you don't get the money.
Yeah. They okay. Do you ever remember the hearing about the old gimmick deals they used to have with movies?
What is it?
The old gimmick deals was have with movies. They used to have a fake life insurance one for movies. They were just like they were little gags and stuff. So like this is where like 3D came from. Smell-O-Rama, where they would pump odors through. Shock-O-Rama, where they would have like a little electrical thing hooked up to some of the seats that would give you a little shock. But they had like boff bags, fake life insurance. Like if you die, you such and such collect some money. None of it was real, but it was just kind of like, that's kind of cool that they would do that. You'll never see it nowadays, but that would be super cool if you went to a movie and they would just, you know, decided to do that. I would find it, you know, just super awesome.
Yeah.
Not the shock one, not the electrical one, not that one. And not the odor one. Because they sit there and go, it smells like some rotten flesh. And they would have to pump in the odor of rotten flesh. Oh, they'd be like trying to watch a movie and they would be gagging.
Mm-hmm. Mine on an ad break.
Yeah, that's the one thing about Tubi. Yeah, that's the one thing about with Tubi. I guess some people, if you do the paid service, but I like the fact that of the free service.
I didn't even know they had a paid service.
I think they do.
Oh, I don't know. I've never heard of it.
I know because okay, my mom has post polio, and she had fell a couple years ago and broke one of her legs. So while she was recovering, I started paying. I got like Peacock, HBO Max, and Disney Plus for her. And then she suckered me into getting the Paramount one. She started talking nonstop about it. So I go, I'm going to get it. And then after I get it, I go, that was a premeditated thing she did to me. She tricked me into it.
Oh, definitely.
But I like, you get to see a lot of old stuff. Although I have to have a talk with my older brother. I tried to watch The Great American Hero. 1980s superhero show. I have to talk to him. I could not finish watching the first episode. It is horrible. It's basically this guy gets a superhero suit. He's given the instructions, so don't lose the instructions. 5 minutes later, guess what happens?
He loses the instructions.
And it's him being a teacher and trying to figure out the powers. And it's terribly written. So I have to ask my older brother, what did you like about this show? Just explain it to me.
Yeah. I'll tell you a popular show that I can't get into, and it's very weird that I can't get into it, but I just can't. It's called Dexter.
What's that? I have yet to see that.
I bought the first season, and I watched a few of the episodes, and I just don't really like it.
For me, it's Seinfeld.
Oh, I don't like Seinfeld either.
People find him funny, but I just don't. I've never found Jerry Seinfeld to be funny. Yeah, remember, everybody was all up in arms, like, oh, he's funny, he's great and stuff. And it's like, it just explain to me how it is this guy's, funny.
Mm-hmm.
This one older scientist in the movie, I have seen him before. I want to know who he is because I have seen him before in somewheres.
We can always look it up.
Oh, that's Sean Lowley. He's an Irish actor. Oh, no. This might be one of his final movies. He died in October of 2009. Yeah. This might be one of his final ones because this was released in May of 2009.
Do you ever watch, have you ever seen a show called Trailer Park Boys?
Oh, I've seen a few episodes of that.
I think that's hilarious.
Thing is, I ended up, because I used to watch, TV and cable in my room, but I took my cable box out because I didn't like anything on TV. So I usually will only watch stuff that's streaming or I can find on YouTube because I lost complete interest in what was on TV. It just seemed, we were paying for 3 cable boxes and mine hadn't been turned on in a while. It's like, just take it out.
Yeah. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, they did a movie too, didn't they?
Yeah. I think it's on Tubi. I want to say their movie's on Tubi.
Yeah. They did the show, they did the movie. Yeah, I know they're also bringing back Reno 911 for a movie, I think I heard.
Oh, I never watched that.
I watched a little because they just brought back Kids in the Hall. Which is that sketch comedy from the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So they just brought them back for Amazon Plus.
Oh, really?
But it's kind of like I had not heard their name in a long time, and I thought, the actors all the cast members are gone off for doing the old thing, and all of a sudden I saw this trailer. I'm like, Oh, that's a name from the past.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that was a good sketch comedy show. Mad TV was good at times, but then it got kind of boring.
Yeah, I used to watch it like on Friday night. I think it came on Friday nights, like back in 1995 or 96.
Yeah, when me and my friends used to watch it, we used to laugh, but after a while, it was just like, forget what
Yeah.
season we just got out because like it just wasn't that funny anymore. It's like Saturday Night Live. I had a MTV was airing the episodes from the 70s, and I loved that stuff of what they did in the 70s. The 90s, until they got rid of some of those guys like so who left? There was Adam Sandler left, Chris Farley, David Spade. When those guys left, although Dwayne Johnson's appearance, his first appearance in Saturday Night Live back when he was still The Rock, favorite episode.
Really?
We knew he could do wrestling and we could do some like wrestling related comedy. This was the one that showed he can really be just insanely funny. And if you haven't seen the episode, if you can find it, it is just the first episode. It was from 2000 because he was getting ready for a pay-per-view that year, and his the guys he was going to face were there too. But it's like really it shows you like how funny he could entertain. He could really be outside of wrestling.
Yeah, like what kind of actor he can be.
Yeah, now I got hit with an ad, but no, when I've seen him, his wrestling comedy stuff in person, and yeah, it was funny, but I mean, there's a guy nobody has been able to make that crossover from wrestling to Hollywood like he has.
No, you're right.
And
John
I was
Cena
watching. Okay, have you watched the Young Rock?
No.
Yeah. Okay, in one of the episodes, they have his adopted uncle, Haku Atanga. In the episode, it shows him biting somebody's nose off. I was laughing because there is an urban myth about this guy when he was at a restaurant or bar or somewhere, and he's from Tonga, from the island of Tonga, or whatever. And supposedly somebody offended him, and he legitimately got up and bit the guy's nose off, and then sat down to eat his food until the cops showed up.
Yeah, definitely. They did.
He's one of those guys when you hear that he's got so many his adopted uncle's got so many myths about him. It's like it can't be real.
Yeah.
He's that South Pacific type guy who, if he gets disrespected or if he's drunk and someone disrespected him, he got violent. But this show is okay, but mainly when they do the little kid, when they have the little kid Rock on it, Dwayne Johnson on it. Like in the first episode, they go to a restaurant, and he's like a little kid. He goes, "I'll take a beer." No, you can't have a beer. Wine? No, whiskey. It's like, you're not even 10 years old. He's trying to be like the adults.
That Young Sheldon show?
Oh, I've seen a little bit of that.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of it.
Penny was in an episode of it. The
Who?
actress. There was an episode in it where the water is talking to young Sheldon. If you listen to the voice of the water, it's the adult Penny.
Oh, okay.
But that you see all those shows that CW just canceled?
I heard about it. I didn't read what they were or anything, but I saw a thing on Facebook on one of the groups.
Yeah, they had canceled Batwoman. No shock. They actually shocked that it lasted as long as it did. Legends of Tomorrow, 4400, Charmed, and they overall, I think there's like 9 shows they canceled.
Oh my gosh.
And people were like, "What are they doing? Oh, they're getting rid of everything." It's like what are they gonna have next season? Dynasty, because they just rebooted 4400, Charmed, Dynasty, and some other ones they canceled.
I wonder why they did so much.
I mean, I can understand Batwoman because the ratings were horrible, and if you listen to a lot of the reviews, it was horrible. But what about the others? I mean, it's the what. I know, like I'd heard, like when they had canceled years ago that show. I don't know if you remember a show called Dark Angel that had Jessica Alba in it.
Jessica Alba, yeah.
When they canceled that, I'd heard. I remember reading an article because they go, why did they cancel that, and why didn't they cancel Buffy? And they go, well, Buffy the Vampire Slayer was on a channel that's known for bad ratings. Dark Angel, good ratings, but didn't meet the projection.
It was on Fox, wasn't it?
Yeah, but they're like, it didn't meet the projection. So what? It had still good ratings. It's like that car, the Nissan Cube. Apparently, the reason why they're gonna stop making it is because it didn't meet the projections. It's like they wanted to do it, and they couldn't come up with a good reason. They go, "Oh, it didn't meet the projections."
Yeah, But
who knows what goes on with these TV, these studios and stuff. But some of these shows probably could get picked up by streaming services. And we've seen that before. Just can't remember any off the top of my head.
Trailer Park Boys.
Oh, that's right. That was on.
It was on a channel called Showcase in Canada.
Wasn't it?
And then Netflix took it over.
Yeah, but like there was some other ones.
Longmire.
I know there was some reverse ones that were like that were streaming. They were on TV because Black Lightning, I want to say, was that streaming? One of them was streaming, and then it went to TV. So because they've done the reverse, but I want them to redo some of these shows. Like they ended with like big storyline cliffhangers. Like Legends of Tomorrow had them getting arrested for committing crimes against time, and that's the cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, we'll find. I'm see what they're gonna do next year, upcoming season, because that's at least 9 hours a week of programming they have to fill now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be interesting. But Batgirl was the one. Batwoman, that was the one that 3 seasons. Every season, you would the first season you would think that's it, and they got a second season. Second season, same deal. So was bad reviews, bad feedback. And I'm watching the sub, and I can remember being a Navy kid and going to what was then known as the Norfolk Naval Air Station. Now it's known as the Norfolk Naval Station. You'd always see about 4 of them just dock there. And it was weird. You'd see aircraft carrier, destroyer, oiler, and then you look down, and there's a sub. And that water, I don't know if you ever seen water at a naval base. It's nasty. It's got like green, all like the different stuff that comes from the ship. It gets into the water. It turns like green. It's got jellyfish in it. And they would tell us that if the water doesn't get you and get you sick, you got the jellyfish.
That's no good.
I know it's been 30 years since I've been around a sailor, but I'm looking at like that captain's hair. That can't be regulation.
Have you seen the fight go down yet?
They just fought and they just got separated. Now they're looking for them or something. Those ads are just a pain. But if you want free, you got to put up with the ads.
Yeah. Doesn't bother me. I mean, in the whole movie, I only had 2.
That's about what I had. Only time
Just went on another one.
Yeah, only time the ads bother me is because if the long ones I don't like. Or I don't know if you had this happen to YouTube when you get hit with 2 long ads back to back and it doesn't let you skip.
You know, if you get it just right before, you can skip it.
Oh,
You got to get it. My girlfriend can do it every time. It's like she'll start seeing it where it says ad whatever, ad starts in, and then she'll press the fast forward and it'll go past the ads and she can still watch the movie. But I can't master it, but she has.
I know there was somebody on Twitch and they decided to prank me by they started placing ads where you can put where you have ads in it to prank me and mess with me. They started putting those more ad breaks in it, just going, "We're doing this to mess with you," and I'm just sitting there like, "You son of a bitch, that's annoying me."
Oh my god!
I mean, it was a good prank, but because they knew it was annoying me.
Well, mine went off.
All right,
that was a pretty good movie.
I mean, it is. I didn't realize that they were linked. But then again, when you go to the second one, which is Let me find the name of the second one. I can't remember the order they're in. So now it's gonna. Okay, see, it's because that goes Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus versus Crocosaurus. That one has Joel White, who played
Jalil?
Steve Urkel, and Robert Picardo. Then there's versus Mega Shark with Christopher Judge, and then some Elizabeth Ram or whatever, she was in Angel, and then Mega Shark versus Colossus with Eileena Douglas and Amy Ryder. And then we got Mega Shark versus Moby Dick, which I think it's an interesting idea. I'm never crossed the mind of doing, Moby Dick versus a Megalodon. So I mean, I think that's interesting. But then, I mean, I started to watch the little bit of the second one, and they do mention the Mega Shark because it takes place a year later. And the director, Ace Anna, it's actually Jake Perez, who worked on Hercules and Xena.
Oh wow,
he did the pilot. And you know how we got Hercules, the TV show? Okay, there was a in the late 90s, I want to say, it was called the Action Pack or Action Zone, and you'd get these weekly movies. So you got the Hercules ones, that's where Hercules started. Tech War, which was based on William Shatner's works. Midnight Run, sequel to the Robert De Niro movies. Smokey and the Bandit, and some other ones. But I never really got into the Smokey and the Bandit ones because I think I watched a little bit of it and it didn't feel like the movies.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, it's. But then we got Hercules was started there as movies, and that ran for. I'm not sure how long that ran, but they ran for a little bit, and then it span off into started doing TV shows. Let's see, oh man, here we go. It ran from 94 until 2001.
Huh.
And you just got like I said, Hercules, Tech War, Midnight Run, Bandit, which was Smoking the Bandit, Vanishing Sons, Knight Rider, Beastmaster, and then it just went off to the TV shows. Cleopatra 2525 was the one its idea cracked me up. The year 2025, a woman goes in for breast enhancement. There's a mishap, and she's put in stasis, and awoken 500 years later. Thinking, wow, they do that in the year 2025. That's what can they do if they have medical complications with breast augmentation? Freeze you. But if that's TV idea, and I mean, but I got into act. I mean, I watched a little bit. I really wasn't. I mean, I read the first Tech War book and all and stuff, but I just really, I don't know why I didn't get into it. I mean, I liked William Shatner because I like Star Trek, but I just really didn't get into Tech War. But anyways, I gotta go, and got to eat because I'm
I got you,
starving
man.
because I have. Yeah, but anyways, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
very
Maybe we can do
nervous
this
because
again.
yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for next Saturday, but I kind of said I would try to do what they call Wide Eye Week, where they review Wide Eye movies, and that means I have to watch a whole bunch of Wide Eye movies and review them. So I don't know what kind of shape between watching movies, reviewing them, and editing. I don't know what kind of shape I'm going to become come Saturday.
Okay.
I know that tomorrow. I have to help because we're doing. I'm part of. You ever heard of the American Legion?
Yeah.
They have they go into different branches, and I'm part of what's called the Sons of the American Legion. That's for the Sons of the
Okay.
Veterans. So I'm going tomorrow to start getting the crosses ready for Memorial Day, and then on Memorial Day I have to go walk around the graveyard trying to find the military graves and putting them. And the graveyard looks small, but you don't know how big a graveyard is until you have to walk it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I appreciate this, and
You're
I'm gonna
welcome.
I would really that betrayal. I'm gonna be keeping my eye out for that. Hopefully, I mean, how long before you're gonna we can see any more information about that?
We're filming on the 29th, so it should be edited sometime in June.
Okay. And then I want to see the Malcolm series.
Yeah, I'll definitely send that to you.
I appreciate that, man. But anyways, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm Echo Kiro, and I will see you on the flip side.